What's up, guys? Thanks for coming back to the channel. If you have never been to my channel and just stopped in to check out this video, thank you. So we will get right into it, guys. Today I am going to show you this really cool website called VirusTotal. From what I understand, this is actually owned by Google. So what VirusTotal is, it's a free online tool that basically lets you upload a file or enter a URL, meaning a website, and have it checked against dozens, like literally dozens. I think they said like 70 antivirus and malware scanners. So it will check that file or a URL to see if it is malicious or if it's clean. So if you end up getting a file like an attachment in a download, or you download something off the web and you want to run it like it's a program, you can actually scan it to see if it is free and clear. Same with a website. If a friend says, hey, check out this website, or you're looking for something and you come across a website and you want to check it before you click on it, this will allow you to do that. So let's take a look at this, guys. If you look up here first, you've got a few options here. You've got file, and this will allow you to choose a file from your computer. It does have a max file size of 650 megabytes. Just keep that in mind. The next tab here, we have URL, which is basically just a web link. And so you can enter the web link in there and it will scan it to tell you if it is a malicious site, a phishing site, or if it's free and clear. And next, number 3 here, you have search, and this will also allow you to do a web link and an IP address. So if you have an IP address and you think it might be a little bit fishy or shady, you can run that in here. This will let you do a domain or a file hash. And we're not going to talk about file hashes today, but basically what a file hash is, it's a signature in a file that identifies some amount of data in the file. So it can kind of go in and tell if the file has been altered, and that is one common thing that they do when they want to implant a virus or a malicious piece of code. They will alter a normal everyday file and put that back out there on the web. So that will allow you to check the file hash of a file as well. Like I said, we're not going to go into that today, perhaps in another video, but today I will show you guys kind of how this works. So we're going to go back to file here, and I have generated a couple different files just to check, or just for demonstration purposes. So click on the file tab. We're going to hit choose file, and these are the two that I have generated just to show you guys how this works. So the first one we're going to do is an image file, and it is just named something goofy. So we're going to choose that and we're going to hit open. And as you guys see, it goes through it right away. And so all these antiviruses here and these malware detectors, all 70 or the multiples, because I did notice if you scroll down, there's some that said that it could not process the file type. And maybe that's just these different companies that are not able to process that or something like that. So, but as you see, a majority of the ones that scanned this, or all the ones that actually scanned it, say, hey, undetected, nothing's detected here. And up here, it will say no security vendors or sandboxes flag this as malicious. So it went through all of their ones, or most of them, and they say, hey, green light on this file, no issues here. Now there's some other options you can do here. You can go into the details, get some file details here. Here is some of the file hashes there. And then community, you can see if this is a common file, you can see what the community is saying about it. So if you do get a hit, and it does say it's malicious or something like that, you can kind of go in here and see what the community, other users have said about it as well. Now, one thing I will give you a heads up on, and this is a disclaimer, keep in mind, you might not want to upload a file that is like personal information. This should be used to like see if a install file is malicious or virus ridden or something like that. And the reason that I suggest that is because any file that you upload, it is in the terms and conditions that they keep a copy of that. They actually retain that. So you might not want to upload like tax forms or something like that to see if it has a virus in it, because that information is kept by them. And not only on top of that, VirusTotal is free to use, but there is also a paid version. And from what I understand in my research, the people that have and pay for the paid version have access to all of the data that has been scanned in here. So make sure you are not submitting or scanning anything that is personal, or it could end up in the wrong hands. That is the disclaimer, guys. So I have shown you how to do the file option here and scan a file, and we'll do it again on the other file here. It's going to give pretty much the same results. And on PDFs, I have noticed, or documents, you have to confirm the upload. And so once you do that, it will upload it, and it is going through the execution here and the analysis. And this will take a few more seconds. As you can see here, it is being scanned. It will tell you how many versus how many virus scanners it has gone through. So it is showing 0 hits after scanning 59 or through 59 of these companies here. So again, as you see, nothing is flagged as malicious, so that file is safe. And the same stuff as I explained before. So let's go back to home, and now we're going to go to URL. And this works pretty cool. So let's just try one that we know and hope does not have anything malicious in it. So I'm just going to start with, let's say, www.yahoo.com. A very commonly known search engine, amongst other things. So this should not have any anything malicious attached to it. So you go ahead and enter that, hit enter, and right away it comes back, everything's clean, which is pretty much what we expected here. So what it's going to look like, we're going to go back to URL here, and I actually scoured the internet a little bit to find a URL or two that does not come back so clean. So I'm just going to paste this one in here, and once we hit this, okay, as you can see, one is showing suspicious. Now, this is kind of where you're just going to have to use your common sense on this, and this is going to depend on, like, you know, what you're trying to do, why you're trying to access, you know, this URL, stuff like that. But general rule of thumb, if only one is showing suspicious and the other ones are clean, more than likely that is okay. But again, that is up to you to decide if you want to proceed with that or not. And again, it's going to depend on the circumstance. But you do see here what I've showed you before, one showing suspicious. There are some details. This happens to be an adult content site, it looks like. And if you go here to community, there's different information in here. Well, it looks like they just gave it a thumbs down, so to speak, or a negative, meaning that I believe that this is the results. They don't agree with the results. This guy agrees with the results, apparently. So these guys probably gave it a negative because it's probably not a malicious site. One thinks it is. So something like that. So again, check out your community tabs and your details and detection, stuff like that. So let's go back and enter this other one that I found. So like I said, that just had one hit on it as suspicious. This one here, it's actually maliciouswebsitetest.com. I have not gone to this URL, but from what I read, this was actually set up so you can actually test tools like this to see if they work. Don't know if that's accurate or not, and it's up to you guys to find out if you want to find out. I'm not going to this website, but I will scan it here. Okay, so you see that we scan it. It is showing 12 flagged this as malicious, and it scanned 86 of these companies. So and these are some of the ones that that did find it malicious. They're saying malicious and malware. And again, we can go to details. This is a known infection source, according to Dr. Webb. And here's what some of the other companies are saying about it. Links. I'm not sure what these links are. Maybe these are the links that are attached to forwarding to the site or something like that. And then, of course, community. And you've got your typical likes and dislikes, stuff like that. But down here, you've got different comments from different viewers. So that's it, guys. Pretty much, I just kind of wanted to show you this site, let you know what it's capable of. It is a great little tool to find out if a site is malicious before you proceed to there, or if a file is malicious before you run it or send it out to your friends or whatever the case is. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for today. If this helped you out, give me a like. And if you are not subscribed, get subscribed for future content. Thanks and have a good day, guys.